So I was actually feeling like pretty crappy while warming up and stuff. I just kind of had a headache, and like just up until like I hit my strides and I was on the line did I actually start feeling good. So my original plan was just like sit and kick, and so that's kind of just what I did. I kind of knew like my marks to make a move was like around like the like just after here, like just after with 500 to go, and then leading into the last 200, like this straightaway. Those were kind of my two, like that's what I wanted to be, like that was the time to make the moves. And so I just stuck to that plan and just kind of like relied on my instincts. And you know, the pacers hit like pretty much perfect pace. And you know, Thomas and Cole, they stuck it through all the way up until that last you know, 200-300, but I was really able to make my moves. And yeah, so I really owe that race to the pacers and Cole and Thomas, because I basically just worked off them and then just kind of laid down my speed at the end. So yeah.
So the clock read 3:59.54 at the end. What were you seeing as you were approaching the finish?
Yeah, I just kind of realized, I didn't realize like really where I was at, because I didn't really hear the times too much. So I didn't really realize that I was like that I was gonna run sub 4 until like I literally like leaned across the line and the clock still said 59, and so yeah, that was just, I still can't believe it.
You didn't see, you weren't looking at the clock as you were finishing, as you were coming up the final 50,
yeah, like
50
the
meters?
final 50, like I could see it, but like it wasn't, it literally just didn't click until I literally run across the line. Because a lot of times you can kind of look at the time and then like it can be tricky, but like it was just like I really didn't realize that was happening until I literally crossed the line.
Cole, what was this experience like for you?
Yeah, it was an awesome race for sure. It wasn't quite like the way I would have ideally paced it in my head, you know. We might have come through, you know, the first 2 laps at about 2:01, 2:02 maybe, somewhere around there. So it definitely was, you know, a kicker's race at the end, and that's definitely an area where I do want to improve, because I'm not much of a 800 speed kind of guy like Lee over here. So it's you know, definitely an area that I do want to work on. But you know, other than that, it was a great effort all around, and it's always fun to come down here and race against such a high-level competition. So
What was your final time?
4:02.4 or something like that.
How's that for you?
It's a PR, you know, a lifetime best, so definitely can't complain. But you know, it definitely does sting a little bit being that close. So you know, just feeling the tank for down the road. But yeah, all around it was a good effort.
To make up that difference, what would you do different? What will you do different in the next opportunity you have?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say all you can do is, you know, work on those areas where I'm not quite as strong. And yeah, finishing speed is definitely something I want to work on, and you know, even my 800 time isn't probably as impressive as Leo. So just, you know, working on things like that, and you know, that's definitely an area where I'll focus on the next 4 years in college, and yeah, just learning to be stronger in that area for sure. So.
Cole, you came from Colorado. Leo, you came from Arizona. What was it like? I mean, having to make that trip and then getting here, and kind of as you were getting ready, as it was getting closer, what were the emotions like for you guys?
Well, yesterday it was just kind of like hanging out with the guys, and it was actually, yesterday was kind of fun. Although I was tired by the end of the night. But I was weird last night. But today I just kind of like, I really just kind of stayed in my hotel room today, and just kind of like like got my headspace into it. And if I'm being honest, like going into this race, like I was really nervous, and I was actually really scared, just because you know, I felt like it didn't help that just like my Instagram has been blown up, because they're posting like, who do you think's gonna go sub 4, and just like, so I keep getting like tagged and crap, and so like it just felt like I was running for like a lot of people out here, and I was really scared to just like let people down, and you know, because there's a lot of people that support me and believe in me, and I was just like, I didn't like, my last time trial was like 4:07, and you know, I was really scared that like I was gonna let people down. But you know, I'm used to performing under pressure, and I'm used to having like a lot of people kind of on my side, just because I've been like an underdog like throughout my career. So like, you know, I got a lot of people that end up cheering for me just because of that reason. So I was kind of able to just like adapt, and like I knew going into the race, like no matter what happens, all you can really do is your best, and just kind of hope that that's enough. And so yeah, that's just kind of how it went.
Cool.
Yeah, no, similar to that, it was just an incredible experience, and yeah, kind of going off Leo, it was a very kind of nerve-wracking experience the past couple of days, just with social media and the hype kind of around the one race, I guess.
One race for the whole season. That's
yeah,
so much hype.
There's a lot of attention definitely on this race. So yeah, going along with what he said, you know, you don't want to kind of mess up or run a bad race just because you know that everybody's watching. But you know, I was feeling pretty good with how training and everything went, but at the same time, this was my only real race this season, so and at season level, so it's a whole kind of different mentality and experience going into it. So you know, definitely something that does usually take a little time to work back into to get kind of in the groove of things, but having the time trials I did earlier in the season did help with kind of getting back into that race mentality. So but yeah, I was pretty happy with kind of how everything went.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
last question for you guys. You guys have both run in huge races. How was this different?
The fans, for sure. You know, there's as much hype as there was in social media. You know, only people here were our parents and some of Matt's teammates, and so there wasn't really like, you know, you're kind of used to like big stands full of people all yelling and like just like thunderous stadium almost. Maybe not quite like thunderous, you know, it's still track, so. But you know, just kind of the vibe was different. I was like, it didn't feel much different for me. I almost preferred it because sometimes all the noise can like kind of distort you, so it was kind of nice actually. And I've just been used to kind of, you know, training and like running my time trials without anyone yelling at me. So, but yeah, that's probably the biggest difference. Yeah, no, it was the most like a race that I've had this season for sure. Having, you know, some people in the stands kind of cheering and watching did help mentally to kind of have that same mentality as if you're in a real race, which I guess it was a real race, just, you know, slightly different. But yeah, and I'd say it was more preferable than, you know, the more traditional race where there's more competitors and like Leo said, a lot of noise, a lot of people, a lot of fans. So yeah, it was a pretty cool atmosphere, I think, despite it being kind of more last minute and you know, not really a race. But yeah.
That party planner Strangio really pulled it off, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Very impressed with how he put everything together. So kind of last minute and everything, but yeah, he did a great job. It was an awesome meet, awesome experience. So yeah.
Awesome, gentlemen. Leo Daschbach 3:59.54, and Cole Sprout
4:02.4.
0.24. Hey, congratulations, guys. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.